We are back here with some more Super Mario 3D World. This appears to be the final level. This is World Crown, and the first one of the final 3 stages is going to be a Captain Toad level. It's interesting that they chose to put a Captain Toad level as one of the final 3 stages. I don't know why they'd want to. Kind of strange choice. Anyway, so we got 5 stars here, and it's not even like a jumbo-sized Captain Toad level. Maybe if they had like 10 stars or something, I could get it. This also doesn't seem incredibly complicated, right? I think we just have to not get hit by the stupid piranha plant spitting fire. And there's a stamp up top on that top. I don't know how we get to that top cloud platform. There's one right there. Okay, cool. So we're up to 2. We just can't rush it, right? We can't rush through it because then we'll just get eaten up by the lava. So we keep going. And I think it has the blocks. Alright, so we can hang out up here. I think this is okay. Okay, there we go. I see. Alright. So and there's another block right in front of us if we keep rolling. I wish they got rid of the instructions. Like, they don't need to keep showing us the instructions. Alright, that's 3 stars right there. And then there was another one which should put us on this path of falling blocks. And honestly, after that we should be good. Actually, I don't know how we get up top to get the stamp. Let's see. Alright, let's hustle. Boom. Okay. Is there another block? Ah. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Here we go. That's it, right? And then we can bounce on the piranha plant. And we call it a day. Easy money. See, that's surprising to me. I don't know if these final 3 levels are supposed to be like hard levels. Or if they're not supposed to be. I don't know. Okay. Alright. So that's 5 more stars added to the collection. I don't know how many stars we're going to end with here. 347 now, so maybe we'll end up with 10 more on top of that? That's a weird number to end on. Alright, here we go. This is going to be Crown Dash 2. Or Crown Dash something. Holy fuck, what the hell? It was like 30, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks like 30, right? Or 25? I don't know why I can't properly do math. Oh, Mystery House Marathon. Okay, so this has taken a shitload of attempts, so I'm only going to keep the one that ended up actually working out. So we're recording this after the fact. The frustrating thing about going through a level like this is that it's not even hard. None of the levels are particularly hard by themselves. It's just, you just end up screwing up on one thing, right, on every single run. And I'll try to point out whatever tips I have. These first few levels are pretty easy. One thing I didn't realize is even though you're bouncing on top of these rock guys, if you hold the grab button down, you'll grab them even before you land, which is something I didn't realize until before. But the basic premise here is we have 10 seconds for every level, and we just gotta keep going. And they give it to us in the same order every time, so there's no real uncertainty about what we're about to get. These first like 10 or so levels are pretty standard. Nothing to really trip you up. And they give you plenty of power-ups, so we have Fireflower Mario here. This one, the star's just hidden in this box to the top right of the screen. They don't even change what the box placement is. There's just like levels like this where it's just super easy. There's nothing even to think about at all. This one you just gotta hit the baseball straight down. For some reason, sometimes some levels you just fuck up randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like just even though you've been through it a million times, you just keep fucking it up. This one, you just have to know that this guy at the end is the one that transforms into a trampoline. And for some reason, I'm not able to consistently get the high jump off the trampoline. You just have the time when you press the jump button when you're bouncing on top of them. So as you can see, this one you just gotta know the pattern. You just gotta go start off to the left and then just swerve right, swerve left, and then shoot the gap. So you can see right here, I had like 24 of the 30 stars, and that was the furthest I had gotten. This one, yeah, so now we kind of go into cat mode, right? So we were going in Fireflower Mario for a while, and now we're in cat mode. These are just a couple climbing levels. Yeah, so there are like 2 or 3 levels that I was stuck on for a while. We haven't hit any of them yet. The skating level was kind of tough until you figure out. Here we get just an extra cat. Until you figure out what the kind of trend is, right? Like which way you're supposed to go. This one, you just gotta time it right. Boop, 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 and up and away. There's another cat. There's another super bell right there. You can see the little glowing part. This is another easy one. Just climb, climb, climb. And these are the kinds of levels, like, after you've done this like a dozen times, you start to fuck it up just because you're impatient to get to the next one. It's actually hard. This one, you just wait it out. Since the little enemies are going clockwise, you kind of have to follow them around, and you can just jump and make it pretty easily. This one, yeah, this one kind of tripped me up, just because, you know, like, when you're on these zoomy platforms, you kind of just keep going, right? So you kind of have to keep running until like it kind of times out on like your speed. So that's just something you got to be careful of. You gotta actually knock the rabbit out, and you gotta get the star. These guys with the cat is really easy because you don't have to bounce on them. You can just use your melee attack. This one's also easy if you have the cat. You can bounce on them to do the extendo platforms, which I'm making it look hard, but you just gotta climb up all the way. This one, again, if you know it, and I figured it out, you don't have to follow the path all the way around. You can just jump straight through it. This one, for some reason, just kept messing me up. When you bounce on them, the gravity's kind of like funky. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? See that? See what I'm saying? So anyway, okay, we lost the cat right there. I think I was debating whether to put the other cat on. That was good here. This one's pretty hard. You gotta get the 3 switches, and you gotta hit the bomb to reveal that 3rd switch. See, I almost fucked it up. And if the ball hits you in the face, then it like knocks you over, which will waste like a good half second. But yeah, this one tripped me up for a while. This one is you just gotta use the plant to kill all of them, and then throw the plant, and then kill the plant. So. Yeah, that was the first time I had gotten to that level as well. The first time I had beaten that level. This one's just a wheel, pretty straightforward. This one, I should have had the cat on, which is my stupid fault. Unfortunately, I don't know how. Somehow I was able to. I was really proud of making it through here, just like not knowing what was going on, because that was my first time seeing that level. This one, I could have easily fallen through that gap, but fortunately it ended up working out. And they give you the mini boss right here, which it's just one. They just take one hit, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. And the final level is just a gimme. So you see what I mean, right? None of them kind of in a vacuum. Maybe 2 or 3 of them are kind of hard in terms of the mechanics of it. But once you figure out kind of what you're supposed to do, it's easy. It's just obviously the gauntlet of getting through all of them without making dumbass mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Alright. And, spoiler alert, the last level, the final level of this entire game, I think is the hardest level I've ever played in a Mario game. Or maybe it's not the hardest level from a technical standpoint, but it's the level that gave me just the most trouble. And I was just like I can't see. I think I had like about 900 lives, and you'll see how many lives I have here when we attempt this. I'm just cutting together and recording this commentary in post, so you see, yeah, like it's just. Oh, I think I have the first run in here, and then you'll see how many lives I have after this. So yeah, here I'm just gonna cut together the next attempt, and yes, you see I'm all the way down to 806 lives. So. This one was just really challenging for me, and again, I'll highlight the parts that were challenging. And the key thing is you don't want to take a hit through most of this level, just because you're gonna need that hit at the end part, and you'll see what that is. So here, you just kind of lure them to a corner, and you can just dash around them. And if you dash, you just make it over these gaps because they're small enough, and you can vault this guy. Boom. All right. I got this part down to a science. So you like long jump, 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 dive, jump, right? And then here we jump, 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 and then jump all the way to the top, and then just Like, you gotta be really crisp about your dive rolls. On this one, you kind of have to get these 4 short hops in a row, which it's trickier than it sounds. Like, you think, oh, short hop, that's not a big deal, but just getting the spacing right on those is kind of challenging. These ones, you don't have to be super concerned with the falling platforms, just because they regenerate like pretty fast. Again, the main thing is just don't take a stupid hit to the little projectiles there. This is, I think, the most fun. This segment right here is the most fun I've had, I think, in this entire game. Like, it's just a great platforming part. And again, once you kind of have the jumps down to a science, then it's not too bad. Right. So this one right here, we'll just wait for it to swing. So we'll jump, get over the first one, get over the second one, and then jump, dive before it even has a chance to get back to us. This part right here, once you jump, so what you're going to do is you're going to wall jump and then bounce off these guys. Remember, when you bounce off of them, you just have to hold B. So after you do the wall jump, just press B again so you get that high jump. Same thing off these piranha plants, just make sure you have B held down for a second time after you've jumped so you get the high jump. This part's not too bad, you just gotta kind of be patient. The sides of this like little water part that you're floating in aren't a big deal, but just be careful at the bottom, because if you even have like a fraction of your toenail, this is fucking dumb. See, that's a stupid hit to take. Like, you should not take those hits. I think in this run I ended up not needing that extra hit, but again, you'll see what I mean. You definitely want to have that extra hit available to you when this last part comes. In this last block, I would take a hit here often, but if you just sink down and you ground pound, if you know the spacing right, then you're kind of good. Alright, so this freaking thing, this took me the bulk of the lives. However many lives I spent on this took me the bulk of them. So okay, I got it down to a science. So here, I did this little extra loop, and that helped me just space everything. And when I would do every one of these jumps, I would just jump dive, and you'll see what I mean. That right there, that spot right there is where I would always take a hit, and by doing that little dive action, you end up not taking a hit, because it gives you just the right amount of spacing. And the key thing here is to utilize your ground pounds, because your ground pound completely stops like all forward momentum you have, right? So if you're right above like a spot where you can safely land, just ground pound right there and then immediately jump and then figure it out, right? You just gotta get comfortable with doing that. Like, they want you to dash around, but that's kind of not the point. Anyway, that's the level. It was quite a challenge. It's the level that I've had the most trouble with, I think, of any Mario game. I'm trying to think of a single level that just has caused me as much anguish, and it was just specific parts, like that last little piece of it. That part with the alternating disappearing blocks where I said you have to do the 4 short hops in a row. That kind of stuck me for a while. I was like, wait, how do you? Because they disappear so quickly. I was wondering, all right, how do you get it? But again, hopefully that's a little helpful if you're stuck on this. I was so paranoid here at the end of fucking up the long jump to get the to get the golden flag. But hey, man, that is Super Mario 3D World. I'm really happy with all the post-game content, like the World Mushroom and World Flower and World Star. I'll show you all our book of accomplishments here in a second, so we can see just how much we've done. And that brings our total star count up to 380. So at least it's a round number, and that clears us on the stamp. And I guess the last few stamps are just if you clear every stage with a different character, that'll give you a true complete game. But if we look at our accomplishments, obviously we're not gonna get through everything with every character, because that just seems fucking ridiculous. I remember in Mario Galaxy, to access the final level, you had to complete the game as Mario and then do every single course all over again as Luigi, and that was just so freaking frustrating to me. I hated that. Just to get like one reward level at the end. Because it's the whole level they're withholding, like stamps or whatever, right? It's just a stamp, but hey, man, like if you got a level, I want to play it. Like, don't make me play through your whole game again to unlock that. And I think this is the final stamp of the game here. So this is gonna be it for Super Mario 3D World, and we will see you in the other side on Bowser's Fury. Until then.